everyone, Tessellating Hexagons, and today it is time, well, because I quit the game and opened it back up, I'm going to make that trek a subsequent time, but today we take on ostensibly the ultimate challenge, except not really, because this was introduced as part of the Seal the Deal DLC, which included the Snatcher missions and the Arctic Cruise, but not Yakuza Metro, so don't take that into account. But yes, the final time rift, unless you count the purple one in Yakuza Metro, because that came after this. But before we go in, I'm just going to activate this, because this is something that I practiced in my personal file. We may as well have that active, because yes, we need to kill 5 Mafia, and we need to kill Tell and Pine Pompous Crows, but this mission is active everywhere, and it seems like more, but no, there are only 12 types of enemies in this game, and given the nature of this mission, yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of them. So ladies and gentlemen, and all friends besides, welcome aboard the Purple Time Rift Tour. Exactly as the name implies, it is a time rift concerning the entirety of Hat Kid's adventures. Haha, I can punch the bejeemsus out of my wardrobe. I could take a Seat. But there's no time for that. Now, I don't have strict numbers on how many frogs there are, but I did 100% complete it, like, on my first try with, like, in my practice run. And it's basically, not counting this first room, there's 2 frogs on every floor, I think? I hope. So let's we go, amigo. So first things first, it is just Mafia Town. Mafia Town is a rift that exists, because presumably this Hat Kid is made of Time Rift's memories. And the music is an absolute boppity jambity time as well, because it's a riftified version of the theme of this area, and as you can probably infer, we have some of this for every chapter of the base game. There isn't a sub-level based on the Arctic Cruise, and obviously there can't be one in Yakuza Metro either, but the base game, it's a time rift tour warp place, time McGee place house. Also, I don't know if the game differentiates taking damage from the Mafia versus literally getting punched by them, so consider that into takeration, if you will. But for now, focus on getting frogs and time rift ponds. There's a frog, and there's business down there. We'll go down there in a hot second, literally a hot second, because there's lava here. But first, what happens if I break this open? Now, this is another case, much like in the previous episode, where really, if you have a care, then you can worry less about the final floor of this rift, which, as you could probably guess, is based on Time's End. You know, Chapter 5, that long, dim and distant memory that's kind of the end of the game, but is completely overshadowed by Chapter 6 and 7 in terms of difficulty and spectacle, respectively. But, yeah, there will be a lot of lava. So if you want to stock up on rift ponds so you don't have to worry about that, then go right ahead. And there's the second frog for this floor. So 2 here, 2 for Chapter 2, which brings us up to 4, 2 for Chapter 3, 6, 2 for Chapter 4, 8, and then 1 in the Chapter 5 sub-level. So, yeah, you will have to explore it a teensy bitling, but if you have enough rift ponds to bypass it, then it's not even worth worrying about, mate. Still, this is definitely nowhere near as difficult or imposing as the Deep Sea Purple Rift. Because, like, even Yakuza Metro was both easier and funner than that. Like, I am still not over the previous episode. Like, granted, I improved with practice, but I still took the time to make sure I could just skip the final sub-level, because we do, and a bottle of poo. Don't do that. Don't store feces in anything. Especially not bottles. Bottles are worthy of so much better treatment than that. Anyway, enough rambling on my part. Let's just descend further into possibly my own brain, question mark. Because, I mean, purple rifts are made when someone gets bopped on the head by a timepiece and it breaks. Ah, the music continues, but this time it's Dead Bird Studios. And I suppose this would give me a good chance to talk about my plans going forward for this series, because I don't think I will be able to 100% Death Wish mode. If I do, it'll probably have to be in the form of like a stream or something. Also, for some reason, being caught counts here, I guess, because memories of Sneakitude. Oh, it's these fellas. Don't mind me, I'm just going over here. So, I want to cover as much of the Death Wish stuff as I can, and said it'll probably be in the format of a stream because that's just easier to manage. There's a couple of other bits of like housekeeping that I want to go and address. Like, there's something that I mentioned to in the previous episode that was it pertains to it's the knife, it's the mierda. There's something that I want to go and clear up in Yakuza Metro, and I was going to do it last time, there just wasn't time when all was said and done. Ooh, there's the other frog. I care more about the frogs than I do about the rift ponds. Let the records show. But yeah, there's something there that I want to go and deal with. Yes, I finally worked out what the diddly dealio is with the food trucks, and they are worth my time to invest in. I want to go and find all of the random stickers that are just sort of hanging around in Yakuza Metro. I also want to go back and, like, buy all of the purchasable things. So we're going to need a lot of ponds. He says, grabbing a pond, because Lord knows I need them. I'm just going to go over here, and you're not going to see me because you are an agent of car. And you're not very good at what you do, which is part of the job description. Step 1, be a crow. Step 2, be bad. It's funny, because crows are clever, but in this game, they're dumb as shit. So you're going to have to put them in a bottle. You see, it all wraps back around. Dissension. Oh no, it's glass. Okay, Laurel Barker, Elias Chemplinska, I apologize. Turns out I can relate to birds and panes of glass. God, that is a specific-ass reference. Anyway, let's just be on our way. Is there any other Rift Connery to be had here? Sean Connery, Rift Connery, double Baltic, and a ham. Oy. I do wonder what this game could have been like if the various, like, if the changes to it that were made hadn't been made, you know? What would the Sand and Sails chapter have been like? What would Trainwreck of Science have been like before it turned into Dead Bird Studios? I wonder these things. I want there to be more chapters to this game. Like, weirdly, would I want this game to have a sequel or just more DLC? I'm inclined to say more DLC, weirdly. Like, ordinarily it'd be like, no, make a new start, make a new game. But like, in this case, I don't know, I feel like you could have... Completely different mood, by the way. You could add DLC, and then eventually this game will be long enough to justify the price tag of the base game. Oh, too soon. No, but seriously. I don't know if the price has officially come down. I don't think it has. But, like, seriously, guys. The amount you pay for the base game is too much for the base game, but is just the right price for the full... Like, if you had both the DLCs attached to the base game. So to have to pay for the DLCs on top of the base game that's already overpriced, yeah, it costs too much. And the game is too short, because, like, remember, you know, Banjo-Kazooie has over 100 collectibles, Super Mario 64 has 120 or 121 or 150 if you're playing the DS version. You know, even Yooka-Laylee has, like, what, 60, 70, 80 something? And then there's this game who's like, if you buy all the DLC, we have 56 collectibles. Like, oh, that's nice, Fred. I don't know who Fred is. But, yeah. I'd just say more game would be nice. But then again, I suppose, one thing I was contemplating is how the game feels like it has just as much playtime to it as the other examples that I cited, and I think that's because of all, like, the time taken to do all of the voice acting and the, you know, all the care and attention and like, story narrative and stuff that's put into it. So, it is. I think it is unfair to judge the game by like raw number of collectibles and no other factors. But at the same time, I want there to be more, and it's not me saying, "Wah, I'm an entitled spoon." It's just this game is good, and I wish there was more of it. And also, I do think it's expensive for what it is. Yeah, I deserve that. Now, there are 2 frogs on this floor, as there are with every floor. And I want to say one of them... Oh yes, piece of advice. Don't go into the subcon well until you're done with everything out here. Oh no! Pictured here, me following my own advice. Luckily, you can get back out. It's just, this is where the hatch to the next sublevel is. So, only come down here if you are ready to leave. Otherwise, you'll have to climb and then do some platforming at the top of here, and it's just... we have a time. I thought there'd be more platforming to it than this. Okay, there's a ladder. Never mind. But still, make sure you're done up here, you know, as above, so below. Except, not like that at all. Right, where is the other... I remember this sublevel did give me at least a little bit of bother when I played it for myself, just because there is stuff to do out here, and, I don't know, I got a little bit lost. Magnet badge coming, clutch-wise flavored, or perhaps not even. Okay, well, I think we have everything we need now. We can just... I feel like there should be something else here. Maybe not. So I seem to recall there being 2 things where you need to deliver an apple to one of the spirit babies, and I've only done one of those. Maybe I'm misremembering. I've only played this once before. Well, I just did another scan of the area, and no, we're done out here, I guess. Well, so let's just head back into the muffin hole. And by that, I mean the discount subcon well. Hey, see, there's an obvious joke that I could make about the subcon forest, and how our involvement in the Snatcher's tomhooliganry is not necessarily entirely agreeable, but I don't want to do that because then it downplays the severity of... You know what, I'm just not going to finish this thought. In other news, despite having bought it ages and ages and ages ago, I finally got around to starting to play Mario and Luigi Dream Team Bros for the 3DS. And it is good. It's good. It's good. It's definitely not like the best one in the series, but it's good. But then again, me being the contrarian bastard that I am, of course I'm going to defend Partners in Time, despite its reputation. But then again, I don't know how people feel about Paper Jam Bros, so I've never played it, I know nothing about it. Don't scare me like that Rift sub-level thing opening at me. We must climb this icy vine, which is either ice or flesh. The jury is out as to which it might happen to be. You're going to want to get high, because, well, not like that, calm down. But yeah, there's a frog up here. That I remember with complete certaintusery. Romaine Latouche. I'm stuck. This isn't going to turn into Lost Winds, where I fly so much that it causes a stack overflow and everyone dies forever. Let's just go back into the hole. Well, go into the next hole. Alpine Skyline. My least favorite sublevel of this, just because everything's everything all at once. Which sounds like... Oh, that reminds me, actually. I've been watching the anime of Catriel Layton. You know, Layton's Mystery Journey, that fantastic time. It's good. I mean, I don't believe there's an English dub of it. So if... Oh! That happened. Wait, did that... Oh, there was an Alpine Pompous fuck, and the egg killed it before I had a chance too. I'm sad. Oh, that's there. Can I? Surely not. Oh, this reminds me of Bird Person from Rick and Morty. I'm fond of him. I will have to do some jiggery-pokery, or perhaps... Perhaps? Can I? I was hoping I could sort of suck it through the ceiling, but apparently not. I should just go and get it legitimately like a normal person. Now, could I perhaps swing from this, but then swing back, and then be like, haha, nope, not even close, but it was worth a shot. Then how make? I've done this before. I know it can be done. Voice crack a little bit. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Oh, yeah, Oh, I'm dying. I only just realized. Huh, well, I'll go back over here because I know I left some heart ponds in San Francisco. Pictured here, San Francisco. Right, yes. Oh, there's a ladder in here. Well, good thing I was dying. But yes, the Catriel Layton anime, very good. Catriel is absolutely savage and I love her. Shirl is best boy. Ernest is actually less of a simp in the anime, which is very welcome. What? I appeared to... That started as, like, talking Banjo-Kazooie style, and I'm not sure what it turned into. Anyway, we could go to the final floor, but we still have a frog to find. I wonder where this fat fuck floated in from. Does anyone else remember the misadventures of Skooks? Like, in today's society, it is beyond unacceptable, some of the jokes they make. But some of the jokes are funny. Like, let me swose right in. And now, because my mother watches this series, I'm probably going to have to explain it to her, which, mother, you're better off not knowing. Now this, I remember this platforming challenge. You have to mind the bandages. You know, try the controversy. Everything's everything forever, and there's stuff. So, jump, hat, land, no hat, go, fall, you know. Also, the crows that are on fire count as different enemies from the crows that aren't on fire, which is an absolute revelation, I know. Hooey. Hooey. I'm not going to do the failed Lois voice again. Right, what's up here? Just more of that. That's okay with me, because the frog is here. Because ordinarily, I don't like skipping out too much of a sub-level here, like in the Purple Rifts. But I am happy to make an exception for the Deep Sea Rift. It's just, like, you can play it for yourself if you feel thus way inclined. If you want to put yourself through that, be my guest. You know, put my cabbage to the test, try the grey stuff, it's a sandwich. Hey, baldy boy, ho, my howdy gee. That was definitely not a sentence, but I think we've got everything there is to get here, so let's just descend. Now, final frog right there. We good. We Gucci, we Spagublio, we Vagublio, please don't. So yeah, your options here are have a fantastic time with all these lava-based platforming challenges, or just come in with a fuck ton of rift ponds from the easier levels. Also a possibility. Just jump over here, get the final frog, and now we can just not worry about anything ever again. Though that said, I would like to grab some regular ponds. I believe, much like the electric ponds in Chapter 7, rift ponds don't count towards your green pond total. Yep, confirmed. So, but, you know, if you see any enemies sort of existing, then, and you're doing what I'm doing and doing the Snatcher mission thing, then, you know, might as well meander around a bit. I never bothered with this stuff when I was here on my personal playthrough because I didn't need to. I already had all enough rift ponds to proceed. But yes, I want to buy all of the stuff in Yakuza Metro, so let's wait for that hammer to Hammond? Richard Hammond. Some of the hammers don't. Okay. That being the case, just give me the, you know, punish me. I'm not going to bother with that over there, and I've already fought that type of enemy, so let's just go this way. And grab that from an angle that it doesn't really want me to. We have enough ponds to proceed. Give me the ponds. I want to buy the Yakuza Metro stuff. Good. Finishing with style. And we're back in the attic again, and we can't go down because we don't need to go down. We need to go here and jump into this rift to do the whole thing again, but several layers deeper. What? No ponds? You cheap. I once had a dream about there being a Sonic game that was all about Amy, but for some reason they called her Amy Cheap rather than Amy Rose. You're welcome for this insight into my life. And what's the story this time? The hero, obviously. So there was once a little girl with a moustache who was related to possibly Tim, the CEO of Time, who was a character who was removed from development. He was originally going to be a character, and then he wasn't. Then the Mafia turned up. She said hi. Mafia were like, no. And then that happened, and she got mad, and then she got mad again, and everything was sad, basically, and that doesn't really explain why she's that much of a villain. She's just extremely jealous. She's... Moustache Girl is over party. And yeah, ordinarily that would give us a free gift from the Rift token machine, but we have them all, so it won't. Now, officially, I don't know why it put us back here, officially that means that we are, like, 100% complete, basically. Obviously, we still have Snatcher missions to do, and we have other antics to get up to, and for what it's worth, if memory serves, a good source of alpine pompous crows is this rift here. So I'm just gonna speed through this and kill all of them, and I'll be right back. And with that, we've killed enough pompous crows without having... And the beautiful thing here is, with the Snatcher hit lists, you can just quit out of a mission whenever and it saves your progress, so that's cool and good. Right, so I'm back down here again. Well, you know what, that's... fine? Because the octopus enemies are a thing that exist in, like, the opening bit of here. Also that. Thank you for acknowledging me. What I intend to do is end this episode just once I've cleared out this Snatcher contract, just to get it squared away. So there we go, we've just squanched one of those, and there's some Mafia here, so we can complete that contract as well. And you see, it's those piles of fish. Wow. I got tackled? That doesn't count as being punched. But yeah, it's these piles of fish that made me think that the dirt in Yakuza Metro was beef. Well, I thought it was fish. It's supposed to just be mud, but no, I don't care. Yakuza Metro, I smell like beef. Anyway, now I need to find some more Mafia because I got tackled by them. There we go, that wasn't so hard. We still have 5 more types of enemy to defeat though, so bear with. You bet your sweet bippy those UFOs count. Also, this is a good chance for me to grind up some ponds, because as I keep reiterating, I'm going to need them. Raccoons, because of course they count, and also so do the spiders. And wrecking balls, surprisingly not. I am just careless. But yeah, I will meet you on a later floor where there are spadiddles, which, as it happens, is just the next floor of the rift. Huzzah! I might as well show this, because the Bluefin Tunnel introduction cinematic is probably the most remote of the 4, because you're going to see the yellow one by default. You might see the green one once you've done the yellow one, and the pink one, well, I know we've seen, so there you go. At this point, with Yakuza Metro, just picking which mission you want to go into is just a matter of convenience. So, the last 2 enemies that we're looking for this contract can be found in the Bluefin Tunnel, and in fact, we saw them just now in that opening cinematic. Never mind the frame rate chungling. We're looking for the Lazy Paw Gang, which I believe both the invisible and visible variants both count as the same, like, thing. So, just kill one and it counts. And the other one we're looking for is the rats. So, I will just dip deeper in here and buy some stuff, because I need to buy some stuff while we're here. And here they are. We've killed the rats, we've got every type of enemy. Now, the candles themselves, not, like, spectacularly useful in isolation, but, like, you don't get any active rewards from them. But they do count as stamps, and you need stamps to unlock later Snatcher missions, so just trust me, it's worth your while to obtain them. Now you might wonder, hey Tess, you've completed the contract, why are you still here? Well, I remember that there's a Yakuza cat somewhere here who sells stuff, and I've been collecting pawns specifically so that I can buy stuff from the people who do the selling, because this is the selly selly bye bye game, of course. So bear with. You there! Sell me your wares. Also, it really throws me that you can't, like, do the jumpy counter-attacky thing on those rats. But yes, you here, sell me stuff.
Selling the latest and greatest.
First of all, the weird Game Boy situation, which is just a delight to behold with your eyes, because it equips it automatically, so, gentlemen, behold! Corn! And since we're here, like, I majorly need to grind out ponds, because in the next episode, we're going to be going through Yakuza Metro and looking for all the remaining stickers and buying the stuff that needs to still be bought. And, that's gonna take ponds. There is at least one Snatcher mission that's good for grinding up ponds, so I may have to show that as well. But in the meantime, I have been welcome to be Tessellating Hexagons. And this is at a time. I'm going to dequip my stuff and then be on my merry little way. So, see you next time for there being stuff and things and houses on a boat. Join me next time for none of the previous and more. See you then.